We'll trace you back, run you down, and kill you like a mad dog.
I'd like to give a quick briefing on some of the methods used to intimidate and persuade people in the early 21st century. Specifically, I'm going to cover the techniques used by broadcast radio hosts to divide people and spread violent rhetoric. Now, some hosts use character assassination and juvenile name-calling in their attacks, while others made calls to kill people on the air. And when their own words were reflected back to them, they denied them, lied about them, and used illogic to avoid any consequences. Now, let me give you a specific example. Computer,
working.
Play clip from radio station KSFO on September 6, 2007, with hosts Lee Rodgers and Melanie Morgan, where Rodgers threatens to kill supporters of a presidential candidate.
Oh, come on. Go with the real threat. We'll trace you back, run you down, and kill you like a mad dog. Go ahead, say it now. That's what you really want to say.
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Let's...
Mr. Spocko, I don't understand. Are you telling us that during this time period, people would broadcast their intentions to kill people, and that was acceptable? I mean, clearly this was out of context.
Actually, Ensign O'Connor, not only did the radio host regularly broadcast their violent intentions, these comments were supported by their management and paid for by their corporate sponsors. And as for context, as I said before, this clip is of them threatening the supporters of a presidential candidate. But just to show you that additional audio doesn't change the context, we'll play some more. Computer, play the same clip again, starting when the topic changed to the current subject of hunting down and killing people.
Working.
But none of those people you mentioned, neither he nor Duncan Hunter, God love him, or Mike Huckabee or John McCain, not one of them has a snowball's chance in hell of being the nominee. So why are we going through this exercise?
Well, it's called democracy.
Yeah.
That little thing gets in the way from time to time, Lee.
Well, I mean, you're using up they had, what, an hour and a half, 90 minutes?
Yeah, it was 90 minutes.
For this thing, and you're using up all this time on people who ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, they need to thin the herd.
Yep. Time to cull the herd.
Especially get rid of that Ron Paul. Gosh, he's
a moron.
And his people. Don't email me. If you do, I'll just delete you. I'll hit delete.
Oh, come on. Go with the real threat. We'll trace you back, run you down, and kill you like a mad dog. Go ahead, say it now. That's what you really want to say.
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Let's see. Ahead this morning.
Computer, stop it right there. So as you can hear, with additional audio, the context doesn't change. It's as I described it. Lee Rodgers suggests the supporters of presidential candidate Ron Paul should be run down and killed like mad dogs. The audio is very clear. Those were his exact words. And this violent rhetoric is not unusual coming from these radio hosts from this station. During this time period, they also broadcast calls for the death of millions of Muslims, journalists, liberals, and Democrats.
So what happened, Mr. Spocko? Did the Ron Paul supporters complain?
Actually, yes, they did. We'll play the responses to the supporters' complaints next. But what I want you all to listen for is the methods and excuses used by these radio hosts to deny reality when confronted with their own words.
And the Ron Paul crowd, some of his supporters, apparently have posted an internet message, and this is something important for people to remember. Anybody can put anything on the internet, including flat-out lies.
Right.
And they put up apparently some kind of lie saying that I said on the air Ron Paul supporters should be hunted down and tracked down and killed.
What?
Yeah.
You'd never say anything like
just
that.
a flat-out lie. And in that respect, they are absolutely no different from the hysterical lunatics of the left that spread on Media Matters and some of these other websites. They had a rumor up that I had advocated setting fire to dogs.
God almighty.
Lying bastards. Anybody who listens to this program knows, number one, every morning at about 8:45, we have an entire segment of the program devoted to trying to find homes for abandoned dogs.
Yeah.
And, of course, I talk about my boy Calvin, my cockapoo, all the time.
Yeah. Like
But
that's just
they will-
crazy.
Computer, pause. Play Lee Rodgers' Officer Vic clip from 3 weeks and 1 day prior to this clip on September 5th, 2007, 5:14 a.m.
By the way, did you bring us a doggy bag?
I certainly did, but the
Good.
dog ate it. Sorry.
Set his ass on fire.
Once again, you will note that when confronted with his own words, Rodgers calls his critics liars and says that they started a rumor based on what he actually said. Also, the howling sound of a dog being lit on fire, that was made by Officer Vic, who added his audio clarification to Lee Rodgers' joke about lighting a dog on fire. Computer, resume playback.
I guess they think I can be intimidated into supporting their boy. Fat bleeping chance. If anything, it will make me more vociferous in attacking Ron Paul and his supporters. It has exactly the reverse of the apparently intended effect. Just like when we foolishly, I went along with it, but I thought it was a bad decision. When we went on the air and did a special program taking on this bunch of left-wing crackpots with keyboards for some of their lies and distortions that they've put on the Internet. And I said then, and I told management, I'll do this, but I think it's a mistake to even give them that much recognition.
Yeah.
Tell them to go to hell, which is what I told those people on that program. And I know it had some then Disney company lawyers. We don't have anything to do with Disney anymore, thank God. But, they're biting their fingernails and they're all worried. And he's not apologizing. He's attacking them. You're damn right. What the hell would they expect from me? That's what I do. You bite me, I bite back. I don't put up with this bull crap. So you crackpot kooks of the Ron Paul crowd and the far left, you're wasting your bleeping time if you think that you're going to change my mind or move my position on any issue with a few crackpot lies placed on the Internet. Baby, it ain't happening. Get used to it.